ABC 10 News talks one-on-one with Governor Gavin Newsom, why he's hoping people don't fill out the second question on the ballot.
There is new controversy surrounding San Diego's Christian Youth Theater, why alleged sex abuse victims are once again outraged and the action they're taking.
San Diegans with compromised immune systems are now getting their COVID booster shots, how they say the third dose stacks up against the first two.
ABC 10 News starts now with breaking news.
And that breaking news in the last 20 minutes, El Cajon police said the person shot by an officer this afternoon has died.
The police shooting happened as officers were investigating another shooting in the area. Our ABC 10 News reporter Laura Acevedo is live from El Cajon with the late changing details tonight. Laura.
Yes, and we received an update from El Cajon police just within the last 30 minutes or so, and we do know that that person received medical attention but has since died. Now, I'm going to step out of the way so you can see that patrol car that we had been talking about in past shows. Police actually confirmed to us that they are looking into whether or not the officer used that car to help take the suspect down. Now, according to El Cajon police, this all started when a shooting was first reported a few blocks away from where we are, just after 2 this afternoon. And we know that from there they found that suspect here in this street, which is Ballard Street, and that is where they said there was an exchange of gunfire between the suspect and the officer that was trying to take him into custody. Now, according to police, the suspect immediately opened fire and while the police officer was still in the car. So right now we are still working to find out what the motive is. Police say they are still investigating. Detectives are currently speaking with witnesses and working to come back and process the scene here. They tell us they will be here for hours, and the officer involved in the shooting so far has not been identified, but we do know, as is standard protocol, he will be on a leave while all of this is investigated. Reporting live in El Cajon, Laura Acevedo, ABC 10 News.
Thank you, Laura. Governor Gavin Newsom's recall election is just weeks away, and tonight the pandemic continues trending in the wrong direction. Today, he made the case for keeping his job. ABC 10 News anchor Lindsay Pena is the only local reporter to sit down with the governor one-on-one today and joins us in studio with more from her interview. Lindsay?
Thank you, Kim. Yeah, Governor Newsom talked with me at length about a number of different topics, from the pandemic to the recall election. Go ahead and take a listen to what he had to say about why he's recommending that people not even answer that second question. Many behind the recall effort criticize the way you've handled the pandemic. In hindsight, is there anything you would have done differently?
Well, this state has outperformed states like Texas and Florida, Indiana, the United States as a whole in terms of health outcomes, but we've also outperformed economically. We're running an $80 billion operating surplus, allowed us to do a $12 billion tax rebate with a tentpole American jobs, almost 600,000 jobs coming out of this state in the last 5 months. I recognize the last 18 months have been stressful, a lot of fear, anxiety, all of us have felt. In hindsight, we're all geniuses, not just experts. And of course, you'd look back, and I don't think there's a governor in America, there's not a president of any jurisdiction in the world that probably wouldn't suggest otherwise. But I'm proud of the fact that we have led in terms of vaccines and testing and continue to do more than most states in that respect as well.
Your message to voters so far has been to vote no on the recall and then leave that second question of who a replacement candidate should be blank. Why?
Because, I mean, this recall with simple no, you don't even have to get to that second question. So no and go. It's not just turn out the vote by September 14th, turn it in. Those ballots have dropped in mailboxes. Tens of millions of Californians received those ballots. I encourage people just simply vote no. Allow us to continue to work through simultaneous crises as it relates to these wildfires and drought, and get this Delta variant behind us and move this economy forward. I want folks to know I see what you see on the streets and sidewalks, the encampments, how dirty things are. $12 billion commitment to get serious about homelessness and housing affordability in this state. We're going to hit the ground running. We've got to defeat this recall so we don't set ourselves back. And that's exactly what these candidates on the other side want to do on masking, on vaccine verifications. They don't believe in a minimum wage. They don't believe in corporate taxes. Larry Elder doesn't even believe in climate change, calls it a myth, nor does he believe women are as smart as men. This is a serious race. And I hope people just take a look at that first question, vote no, send that mail back, or rather that ballot back in the mail.
Now, you can watch my entire interview with Governor Newsom by going to our website, 10news.com. Kim, back to you.
Thank you, Lindsay. Recent polls show California split on the decision of whether to recall Governor Newsom. If he is removed from office, his replacement will be chosen from a pool of largely political unknowns. Earlier today, we spoke with UCSD political science professor Thad Kauser. He explained the ripples that could be felt as far as Capitol Hill if Newsom is recalled.
Governors appoint people, right? They appoint judges. They appoint huge numbers of people in state government. And potentially, when a state seat like the Senate, if a Senate seat comes open for any reason, this new governor would have the chance to appoint someone to it. And that could swing the ballots of the U.S. Senate and really political power in Washington.
Right now, conservative radio host Larry Elder is the leading Republican candidate among the 46 total candidates. Election day is September 14th, and mail-in ballots went out this week.
Now to a Team 10 follow-up. Outrage from alleged victims after learning that San Diego's Christian Youth Theater is holding auditions once again. This after accusations were made last summer that several former students were sexually abused or mistreated. ABC 10 News investigative reporter Jennifer Castor first broke this story and has details on the fight to stop the show.
A petition now circulating to stop San Diego's Christian Youth Theater, or CYT, from its fall programming after claims in 2020 that several former students experienced sexual misconduct or abuse by former teachers.
We know they're not ready to open yet, and we think it's too soon and it's disrespectful to the survivors of the abuse.
Local abuse prevention expert Loxie Gant is advocating for the alleged victims.
Posting those auditions was very traumatizing and triggering to a lot of the victims.
The El Cajon-based program, founded 40 years ago, is for students ranging from 4 to 18. There are CYT branches nationwide. Last summer, San Diego CYT said that it would remain dark until further notice while it investigated the abuse claims. When asked at the time about whether staff ignored complaints from former students, this was CYT's response.
I don't have enough knowledge to know what those decisions were made at that time, and that's part of our investigation to find out.
Thursday, the DA's office told ABC 10 News that 10 cases are currently under review. This week, local attorney Jessica Pride confirmed that she's representing 10 former students who allegedly experienced sexual assault or inappropriate behavior from former teachers in the 90s and early 2000s. Pride added that they're working to reach an amicable resolution. This week, ABC 10 News emailed CYT about the new petition and asked for details on what's changed since the allegations came to light last year. CYT wrote back, "Out of respect to all involved, we are not in a position to comment at this time. We are working with those who have come forward and are intent on reaching an amicable resolution that allows all to move forward in a positive way." We were also referred to CYT's website to see what the group states it's worked on this past year. The online safety hub affirms CYT's commitment to safe community and details in part how staff and associates undergo a national background check with continual monitoring, and they must get certified in child abuse protection training. CYT has also partnered with Kids Power, a nonprofit that offers safety education. Jennifer Kastner, ABC 10 News.
The city of Poway has posthumously recognized a leader and veteran in the community, renaming the post office after Ray Chavez. Chavez was the oldest survivor of the Pearl Harbor attack before his death in 2018. Chavez grew up in San Diego and joined the Navy in 1938 and was on the USS Condor when Pearl Harbor was attacked in 1941. He retired in 1945, settling into Poway, eventually opening his own landscaping business.
Those of you who knew my dad know he was a very modest man. I know right now he's looking down from heaven and telling the angels, I know this is a great honor, but I was just doing my job.
Ray was a hero's hero, humble and kind, and the best of the best.
Chavez died in 2018 at the age of 106. And the bill to rename the building the Ray Chavez Post Office was signed into law in December.
So well deserved.